Hello, today we're going to talk about the process of meiosis, or the process of forming sperm and eggs. Back in 1883, a Belgian biologist by the name of Edward van Bendiening, he noticed that a roundworm contained 4 chromosomes in its regular body cells, or somatic cells, and that the male or the female gametes, or their sex cells, only had 2 chromosomes. So another German biologist 4 years later said, there must be some type of reduction division that has occurred in making the sperm and the eggs. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is how that actually occurs. Before we can talk about the actual process, there's some terminology that you need to understand. Have you ever sorted your socks when you're putting away your laundry? Sorting your socks is very similar to making homologous pairs. When you sort your socks, you look for the size, shape, type of sock. Same thing happens with chromosomes. A homologous pair, or a homolog, is a pair of chromosomes that are the same length, the same shape, same size, has the same genetic material. So it has the same type of genes. Now, homologous pairs is a little wordy to say, so we can just call it a homolog. Okay, and again, they exist in pairs. Now, gametes are our sex cells. These are our sperm and our egg. So we're going to learn the process of making the sperm and the egg. Pretty much the process is the same for both. However, there's a slight difference that occurs when making an egg. This is just showing you the egg and the sperm. Notice the size difference. The egg is much larger than the sperm. Okay, just to let you know, number of chromosomes is always going to be even because of the forming of homologous pairs. So humans have 46, housefly has 12, giant redwood has 22. We really just need to focus in on the human number of 46. Okay, now this chromosome number that is found within our sperm and our egg, or our sex cells, are called the haploid number. So we're going to refer to that by the letter N. So it's really half of the homologous pair. And this is what's found in the gametes, or your sperm and your egg. Now, the diploid is double the haploid, or 2N, and it's basically a homologous pair. We find these in the somatic cell, or regular body cells, and the fertilized egg. So for humans, we have a diploid number of 46, where haploid is going to be 23. So diploid is the total number of chromosomes that are found in the somatic cell. Haploid is half of that, or what's found in our sperm and our egg. So the process of meiosis is going to occur in plants and animals that reproduce sexually. If it's reproducing sexually, it's going to be occurring in your sex organs, which is the ovaries and the testes. And it is pretty much cell cycle twice. However, there is one replication of the genetic material, the chromosomes, followed by 2 cell divisions. So we're going to learn interphase 1, prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1. Then we'll go to interphase 2, prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2, and telophase 2. So interphase 1 is very similar to interphase of the cell cycle. The chromatin is going to double. There's going to be growth and preparation. So it's just what we've learned about when we talked about the cell in the cell structure and function notes. Now, prophase 1, similar to cell cycle, however, there is a slight difference. So we still form our chromosomes. This time, we're going to form homologous pairs. Okay, the nuclear envelope still disappears, and something else different occurs. We have what's called crossing over. Crossing over is the exchange of the genetic material. So if you look here at this diagram, we have our genetic material turning into chromosomes. All right, nuclear envelope disappears, and then we have homologous pairs forms, or homologs. Remember, homologs are chromosomes that are the same size, same length. Now, do you see how they're intertwining around each other, and then they break off and exchange pieces? So crossing over is what allows the diversity of the genetics that we have. Okay, so it's very unique. So after prophase comes metaphase. Metaphase 1 is very similar to metaphase of the cell cycle or mitosis. However, it's the homologs that line up at the middle of the cell, not the individual chromosomes with their centromeres. It's the homologs. And if you can look here, this is, sorry. So if you look here, this is where we have our division or the metaphase plate. Anaphase 1, still like an angry phase. However, the homologous pairs or the homologs separate into chromosomes, and that's what's get pulled to opposite ends of the cell. So the centromeres at this point do not divide. And you can see here how the homologs are getting pulled apart. After anaphase 1 comes telophase. So telophase 1, pretty much the cell is going to split into two. The cells are going to go into the chromatin form for the genetic material, and each cell is going to contain one part of the homologous chromosome. And the cell will actually split. So at this point, we're going to have two cells. So cytokinesis is just lumped in together with telophase. All right, so now we're going to start the process over again. This is pretty much the same as a cell cycle. However, in interphase 2, it's just preparation. There's growth, but there is no doubling of the genetic material. Prophase 2, we have two cells. We have the nuclear envelope disappearing, and we have the chromosome forms. We cannot cross over because we've already separated the genetic material. So same thing as we learned before. Metaphase 2, again, two cells. Chromosomes are going to line up in the middle with their centromeres. Okay, lining up for those chromosomes to split apart. Okay, so now we have anaphase 2. Anaphase 2, we're pulling apart our chromosomes into chromatids. Okay, and they're going to move to opposite ends of the cell, and the centromeres actually divide. So at this point, we have the chromatids. Again, it's happening in two cells. And then the last phase is telophase 2. Again, cell division occurs, and at this point we have 4 haploid cells. Okay, so formation of the sperm. This is going to occur pretty much continuously for men. And as they go through the process, you get 4 sperm. Okay, an egg is a little different. Okay, before you are born, you have all of the what are called ova or ovums or eggs that you're going to have in order for you to conceive children. Okay, one little difference here is that you only make one egg. There's an unequal division of the cytoplasm that is going to allow the egg to become larger. So we'll do lots of review on this. If you have any questions, please see me in class. Thanks.